Hello everyone and welcome to my CSU channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. The View hosts have heated debate over Chrisley pardon. The View hosts all got into a heated debate on Wednesday about President Trump pardoning Todd and Julie Chrisley. The four ladies hashed it out and shared their thoughts on the situation. Lots of opinions are flying around about whether or not they deserve to be set free. What are the hosts saying? Keep reading to get all the details. The View hosts discussed the Chrisley's pardon. There were some mixed opinions among the ladies on The View on Wednesday. Joy Behar, Sarah Haynes, Whoopi Goldberg, and Anna Navarro discussed President Trump's decision to fully pardon Todd and Julie Chrisley. The paperwork for their full and unconditional pardon was expected to be signed by the end of the day on May 28. Of course, everyone knows that these co-hosts will have strong opinions about the Chrisley Knows Best stars getting released from prison. Shockingly, the four co-hosts had different opinions about whether or not the president was right in granting the pardon. Whoopi was first to speak on the subject and asked if everyone was okay with his actions or if they were just numb to it all. Joy Behar wasted no time in sharing her view on the pardon. She said, Behar continued to criticize the Trump administration, saying that Americans need to understand what is happening. She said the Chrisleys receive a pardon, but other people, who some actually know, are struggling, needing help, and are not getting it from the government. Anna Navarro said she absolutely has a problem with it. She stated that she believes that people can buy pardons if they support President Trump. Navarro also feels like this isn't normal and not ethical either. She believes people should allow this kind of behavior. As for Sarah Haynes, she feels like it's a waste of energy. She thinks there are other problems worth getting angry over, but this is not one of them. She went the route of saying everyone needs to pick their battles. As for Whoopi, she pulled out a copy of the Constitution and stated that there are just some things that Americans don't do. She also pointed out that this isn't the hosts of The View saying it. It's written down as law for all to see. There are people who have had varying opinions about the pardons. Savannah Chrisley feels her parents were given harsher sentences due to their support of President Trump. Savannah is currently busy preparing for Todd and Julie's release from prison. What do you think about the hosts of The View having their heated debate over this topic? What do you think about the Chrisley pardon? When it comes to daytime talk, there are very few places as fiery, unpredictable, and unapologetically opinionated as The View. Known for its mix of humor, cultural commentary, and political hot takes, the ABC panel show has never shied away from controversy. But on a recent episode, things got particularly heated when the ladies turned their attention to Todd and Julie Chrisley, the embattled reality TV stars whose high-profile legal saga ended with an unexpected presidential pardon. The Chrisleys, once synonymous with Southern charm and family-centered laughs on Chrisley Knows Best, had spent years under the microscope for bank fraud, tax evasion, and wire fraud charges. Their conviction and prison sentences became tabloid fodder. Now, with a sudden pardon wiping their record clean, America is buzzing with opinions. And The View panelists weren't holding back. Whoopi Goldberg sets the tone. As moderator, Whoopi Goldberg has long been the steady hand guiding the show through political landmines. On this particular morning, however, even Whoopi's calm introduction sparked debate. So the Chrisleys, she began, adjusting her glasses, the reality TV family who went to jail for tax evasion? Well, thanks to a presidential pardon, they're free. Question is, should they be? The audience's mixed reaction, some applause, some audible groans, mirrored the tension that soon unfolded. Joy Behar brings the heat. Joy Behar, never one to mince words, leaned forward with her trademark exasperation. Are you kidding me? She exclaimed. You mean to tell me two reality stars who cheated the system get to waltz out of prison because of celebrity privilege? If this were some regular couple from Ohio, they'd still be behind bars. Joy's criticism cut deep, framing the pardon as an example of systemic inequality. She went on to argue that America's obsession with fame often shields celebrities from real consequences. They're not political prisoners, they're not whistleblowers. They are reality TV stars who committed financial crimes. Where's the pardon for the thousands of nonviolent offenders sitting in prison who don't have a reality show? Applauded, signaling Joy had struck a chord, but not everyone at the table agreed. Sunny Hostin goes legal. Sunny Hostin, the show's resident legal expert, took a more measured but equally passionate stance. Joy's right, Sunny began, but let's break this down legally. These were not small-time offenses. We're talking millions of dollars in fraud, deliberately evading taxes, creating fake documents. This wasn't a mistake. They orchestrated a scheme. For them to receive a pardon sends the message that wealth and visibility buy you freedom. Sunny's prosecutorial background shone through as she laid out the facts. She reminded viewers that countless people of color face harsher sentences for far lesser crimes. This, she said firmly, is about fairness. We can't claim to have a just system when pardons are used as political or celebrity favors. Sarah Haynes offers a different lens. At this point, Sarah Haynes stepped in, offering a perspective that took some of the sting out of the criticism. Look, I'm not defending what they did, she said, but we can't ignore that this family has been through hell. Their kids were left to pick up the pieces, they've lost everything financially, and prison itself is no small punishment. Maybe this pardon gives them a chance to rebuild their lives and focus on redemption. Sarah acknowledged the unfairness but questioned whether holding the Chrisleys indefinitely accountable truly served justice. At what point, she asked, do we allow people a second chance? Isn't that part of the American ideal, too? Her softer take drew some audience sympathy, but Joy wasn't having it. Oh please, Sarah, Joy shot back, rolling her eyes. They'll have a new reality show deal in 6 months. Don't act like they're going back to flipping burgers. The audience roared with laughter, though Sarah pressed on about compassion and rehabilitation. Alyssa Farah Griffin sees political motivation. Conservative co-host Alyssa Farah Griffin had her own angle, politics. Let's be honest, she said. This isn't just about the Chrisleys. Pardons are political tools, and they always have been. Presidents use them strategically, whether it's to send a message, reward allies, or court public opinion. And the Chrisleys have a strong fan base that fits a certain demographic. This wasn't about justice, it was about optics. Alyssa argued that the pardon highlighted a larger issue, the politicization of justice. We can argue all day about whether the Chrisleys deserve freedom, but the bigger problem is that pardons are wielded like campaign slogans. It undermines faith in the justice system. Sunny quickly jumped in to agree on that point, but reminded Alyssa that selective outrage often skews the conversation. You're right, Alyssa, Sunny said, but let's not pretend this is new. Every administration plays this game. What makes it worse is when it's used for celebrity culture instead of systemic reform. Whoopi tries to rein it in. As voices rose and interruptions grew sharper, Whoopi finally stepped in with her signature, okay, let's not talk over each other. What bothers me, she said, isn't just that they were pardoned. It's what this says to people at home. We tell folks every day to pay their taxes, follow the rules, work hard, and then you see something like this. It makes people throw their hands up and say, why bother? Whoopi stressed that the conversation needed to shift from the Chrisleys specifically to the broader implications of justice, fairness, and accountability. Because at the end of the day, she concluded, this isn't about Todd and Julie. This is about whether the system treats you differently depending on who you are. And right now, the answer looks like yes. Audience reactions and social media firestorm. As the segment wrapped, the studio audience buzzed with energy. some clapping in agreement with Joy and Sunny's hardline stance, others nodding with Sarah's compassion angle. But the real firestorm erupted on social media. Within minutes, clips of the exchange were trending on X, formerly Twitter. Hashtags like #ChrleyPardon, #TheView, and #JusticeForAll filled timelines.